money helps us get to Fiji. But one of the coolest things about Fiji, when we were first there, so we did this entire event I made it very family friendly. There were a bunch of kids there, different families brought their kids, and my kids were there. And their initial thought when we got there was like, why is everybody so poor? Fiji's super poor. And coming from this mindset of in America, it's very consumeristic, individual, you know, that sort of society, like money makes you happy, things make you happy. And the cool thing that we experienced there was we did a tour of a village. And these are people that they'll live on less than $1,000 a month. I don't know the exact number, but they're, and it's an agrarian society. And the majority of the people that live in the village are related. Like that it's a very matriarchal society, and it's agrarian. And the cool thing about this was I asked my daughter, she turned 6 later that month. So she's 6 now. Asked her what her thought was, and she said that they live with joy. The Fijians live with joy. And I would much rather have somebody say about me that I live with joy than I have because I think that joy is lasting. Happiness is temporal. It's based on things. Like money can make you happy, but does it provide joy? And I think that joy is something deeper that runs through who you are as like a satisfaction in life. And so money is a tool. And being an entrepreneur, it allows you great risk and great reward, right? If you work your ass off and you decide that you're going to be successful, you will be successful. I firmly believe that. It's a decision that you're going to make. But ultimately, you need to look at money as to what are you going to do with it? Because at the end of the day, we're all going to die. Every single one of us is going to die. So what is your life about? If you make a bunch of money and then you die, okay, great. What are you doing? How are you impacting the world? What is your money doing? Are people going to remember you, for a year? Are they going to remember you for 5? Are they going to remember you for 10 or 100? What are you doing with your money? Because ultimately, it doesn't make you happy. It might make you happy for a little bit. But if you look at it as a tool to change the world for the better, and that's ultimately what I'm about. So I don't really care about money. I mean, there's a lot of we all have negative beliefs that kind of impact the way that we live. And one of my beliefs is the core belief to who I am is that money is bad. It's just the way that I was raised. And so I'm unpacked because money isn't bad, right? Money is not bad. Money is just a thing. And so for me, like the reason why I do what I do is to help people and to empower other people. Now, in order to do that, I need money. And if I'm really going to do that, I need a lot of money. So unpacking this negative belief that I have about money being bad, money is not bad. Money is just a thing. It's like saying that air is bad or water is bad. Water could be bad if it kills people, but water is also very good, right? So I think that in general, the advice that I give to people that are entrepreneurs and they want something, look at it with a sober mindset of understanding that if you're not happy with who you are and you're looking at money to change that, you're going to be dissatisfied. Because you'll make a bunch. And I have a lot of friends that make a shitload of money, way more than I do. And they're not satisfied with their life. And so they're trying to make more money. They're trying to fill this hole. But ultimately, that hole can't be filled by money.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what I say is, I speak to many people. We're coming up to 200 episodes at this point. And every one of these people that I invite to the show, they're entrepreneurs. And then part of right at the end, we talk about, as entrepreneurs, their life experiences, and then how they got into what they do today, and what were early signs, and it all comes down to, at the end of the day, what drives them to do what they do today. And not a single guest stated money as their driver. Money is not a driver. So if you want to become an entrepreneur, or you hear, if you're young and you're trying to figure out, or you've got a job and blah blah, and you say you're thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, you don't become an entrepreneur. You are an entrepreneur or not. You just simply have it on hold for now. And
Right.
if you want to become an entrepreneur because you want to make a lot of money, don't, because that is not going to keep you going. It's just, it helps. You will make a lot of it, you will lose a lot of it, and you'll make it again. And that's what entrepreneurship is, the roller coaster ride, right? Up and down and up and down. And if you are a true entrepreneur, life is never steady. It's not like, oh, I've done this and I've become successful, now let's move on to the next thing, and then success again and again. Never works that way. You're going to fail over and over and over, and the more you fail, the better you get. And ultimately what I say is, and that's why I call the show Amazon Legends, is in order to make it through this kind of a journey, especially on Amazon, where you are being tested all the time because they throw stuff at you when you least expect them. Could be easy, a listing suspension or an account suspension altogether. This is not for a regular human being. This is something that's going to test you, and anybody who makes it through that is living a legendary life in my book. So that's why I called it Amazon Legends. So money is not the driver. It helps. I say it's a metric. It's how you measure success, depending on how you define it. But at the end of the day, it's one of the metrics. Okay, this is how it's a byproduct. And by looking at that, you say, okay, I'm commercializing the idea and my passion, or whatever the case may be. So, okay, so let's now move on to making money. So after putting it all the way down, pushing it down, that we had to make it. So